First question is, how long do you think these incremental and often lacking phone updates will go on for? Will we have an iPhone 34S? I hope not, haha. Well, most of the tech questions I'm answering anymore go directly to my patrons on chrispirillo.com. James Patterson, I know you don't really talk about tech as much anymore, but any initial impressions on iOS 11? Yes, as a matter of fact, I shared that post to my chrispirillo.com patrons this morning. 10 things that I'm actually kind of somewhat looking forward to in iOS 11. In fact, I'm now writing something every day, sharing my thoughts, spinning around experiences with technology, and sharing those with a subset of those patrons. It's kind of cathartic, but, you know, it's also something that I think they want to know, my insight. Get some gravity boots and stand sideways. I would like to do that if it would just relieve whatever pain I have in my lack of muscles. You know, that's it. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm just going to kind of walk around the room, because if I sleep on this again and it gets worse. You have done reviews? I have done reviews. Plenty of reviews. Oh, I'm sorry, drone reviews. You have to pardon. I have to tilt my head sideways in Instagram because it doesn't support the portrait orientation in live stream. I think that I have not really. Actually, I did. It was just never made public. It was a sponsored drone review, the Star Wars drones. It's true. They never made it public. I got paid for it all the same, but that's the only drone I was interested in. Not because it was a drone, but because it was specifically a Star Wars drone. Actually, 3 of them. It's kind of nice. I haven't flown them since. They just didn't fly very well indoors. And I'm an indoors guy. Review Star Wars bootleg toys, Chris. Oh, you know, I probably should. Not that there's much to review. I do have a few bootlegs, though. The only, if you call it a bootleg, that I like, really, is Dark Helmet. That's my recent favorite. Ow. Oh, dang, man. Oh. Did you hear that? It's like cracking and popping. DJ... Magic Pro, you'll love it. I would not waste my money, but hey, you're free to do whatever you want to do with whatever. Will you go to Star Wars Celebration next time? I don't know. As much as I want to go, sometimes it's just not in the cards. Honestly, I think the next celebration I'll go to would likely be with Jedi. That would be a blast. I think that would be the plan, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe when she's old enough, we'll do Star Wars Land when that launches. That'll be awesome. We'll move in. Austin asks, what do you think about the Comey stuff? Well, if you want my political perspectives, you're more than welcome to follow me on Twitter, because believe you me, I'm anything but silent. I have my perspectives. And they're all over the map, that's for sure. But I definitely have opinions. That's never been my problem. My problem is not I'm unwilling to share my opinions. Sometimes that becomes a problem, because people want to see themselves in me, and I'm just not into validating other people's opinions as much as I am just sharing my own. Politics is in everything. Can't avoid it. Including technology. Politics and technology are hand in hand, and anybody who says otherwise doesn't know their ass from their elbow. Can you show your entire Funko collection? It's not here. It's actually next to the Awesome Room, and that's most of it. I do have a few Funko products in here, most Darth Vader-y, but they're actually on floating shelves. And as I mentioned in an earlier broadcast, I'm probably going to be streamlining that collection, possibly even selling a few of the non-Star Wars ones and the Star Wars ones, because I just can't be a completist. So I'm probably going to eliminate the human likeness, or most of the human likeness, minus the exclusives of the pop vinyl. Why are you ignoring me? It's a great question. I honestly wish I knew. Mara says, hello to Diana. Hello! She's not here. Diana, no here. Have I seen Wonder Woman? I have not. I do want to see it. Saw Guardians of the Galaxy, did my little review. I probably should get around to seeing Wonder Woman. Ow. Maybe I'd go with Slav, because the thing is, with movies, I'm just not into paying more than $10 if it's not Star Wars, quite honestly. And we went to a matinee with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it only cost like $5. And we got free popcorn. It was pretty awesome. And we didn't even know we were going to get free popcorn. But Wonder Woman, I've heard enough good things about it that I think I would see it in theaters. What do you want from Battlefront 2? Sorry, everybody. Or maybe I'm not. You get to see more Darth Vader stuff. What would I want? I just want decent action, like, and not to say that the Star Wars Battlefront, the edition that was released last year, didn't have action. It probably had too much. But I'm saying, like, there was nothing that compelled me to keep jumping back into the fray when I didn't have an opportunity to get better, because by the time I could get better, I was already being outpaced by other people who were far better than me. Story mode, I think, is going to be a gigantic improvement to that entire experience. But I think what I'm looking forward to most is the exclusive figure, which I already have on pre-order. Actually, 2 of them. Mr. Stevie 18! Hey, Mr. Stevie, hang on. This is important. We've got a VIP here. You ready for Force Friday 2? I still remember roundly your reveal of Battle Action Falcon only 3 months away. I know! Tell me about it. In fact, someone tweeted me yesterday saying, come on, that unboxing, the Millennium Falcon was epic. And I'm like, if only I could do that every week. Unfortunately, there's not enough toys. I'm actually looking forward to Forces of Destiny, and had recently picked up a handful of the older, a taller action figures, a 12-inch series that I got thrifting for like $3 a piece for Jedi. But I'm more of a fan of the shorter scale. I'm very excited to see what's coming down the pike with the Star Wars toys for sure. Specifically, my scale, 3 3/4 inch. I don't care if it's 5 POA or beyond. Just keep cranking them out. Although I found it far easier to buy them a wave at a time anymore, because unfortunately having to deal with local inventories is just impossible. And if you don't do that, then you got to deal with scalpers. And I wish there was a better way. And while I have you on the line, I'm going to push for a subscription service from Hasbro. I want effectively a Star Wars box, or even a figure. And I understand you don't control everything in relation to the brand. But if we could have something that was unique, that was effectively a true collectible in a figure of the month type of offer, you would probably make twice as much money as you do now. So that's my request of Hasbro, a figure of the month. And I mean, it unfortunately would have to be super articulated, sadly. And I say that because I'm not a huge, pushover when it comes to high articulation on figures, but it would likely, I envision like 3 3/4 inch figure. That's what I want. So get cracking. Oh, you meant fondly. Yeah, I know, the freaking typos. Okay, I'm going to scroll through the other comments. Holy F, this guy is still alive and active. It's like some people disappear for months or years at a time, and they're shocked that life goes on. You missed the daily vlogs? They're still happening. Head over to geekfamilyfun.com. We're posting a new video just about every day. I'm not ignoring you. Someone says I keep ignoring them, and I'm not. Am I into board games? Not as much as I used to be as a child. I'll probably get back into them again as Jedi gets older, though. You got both now. TVC is back. I know. I can't wait. But the problem is I have to get 2 of each, right? I like one to hold on to, and I shouldn't. I should just get one. But one to hold on to, and then one that I eventually will get to open. In fact, you'd be so happy, Mr. Stevie. The entire WWDC broadcast simulcast with Apple pretty much had me opening some of the duplicate Black Series 3 3/4 inch figure exclusives that I had. like these. So like the entire video is like me unboxing these figures, or just about. Hey Dan Solo, you get to cracking on that Mongo Beefhead custom figure, man. I still want one. Let's keep scrolling through. All right. Someone hasn't watched the vlogs in 3 years. Well, you're not the only one. See, the funny thing is, YouTube actually changed a few things before the vlogs even started. Everyone armchair quarterbacks and believes they understand the full story when in fact they don't. So, ultimately, I engage with the people that I want to engage with on any platform. I don't care if it's, this, that, or the other. And more often than not, I find myself surrounded by people that I most like, Star Wars fans. Do you read any of the Canon material? I have now caught up on all the Marvel comics, although Marvel really upset me when they suspended their digital redemption of the same issue for like 12 or 13 issues. They basically did not have the digital equivalent when you bought the print comic book. And this is something I contacted customer service about, and it's in limbo. Apparently they will get me the redemption codes, or they say they will, because I've provided proof that I had the comics, because I want that the digital version of those comics as well. If only because I'm storing those comics for permanence, but I want to be able to get to those comics with a great degree of ease and convenience, specifically when it comes time to walk Jedi through reading. I want to kind of read comic books to her, as bedtime stories or what have you. She'll have her own print comics, as we pointed out for the free comic book day haul videos that we've done. But, I want to use the digital comics because there's no wrinkling, there's no creasing, there's no ruining. She'll have them eventually. When I die, she gets everything. So, because I can't imagine Diana wanting the comics. That's why. I mean, Diana can have everything if she wants. But I think most of it will pass to Jedi eventually, for sure. Beyond that, I haven't read too many of the books. Ahsoka, Guardians of the Wills is the next book that I definitely want to crack into, and then Thrawn as well. Ow. Ow. So since you collect everything Vader, do you have the Micro Machines Vader figure? I have several of the Micro Machines Vader figures. In fact, the most recent picture that I've shared in social is a picture of the all the figures that I got from the thrift haul that came with all the Micro Machines. So I don't think I have all of them necessarily, but I counted 3 Vaders in that set, which is just amazing. It was astounding. I would say that for the most part, everything was complete. I think a few things were missing, but I never got into Micro Machines because I was kind of past that point. Didn't even know they really existed. Because they don't really count as part of a vintage collection, but they're right there on the cusp, because the older we get, the more the modern stuff starts to look more vintage. It's right on the cusp. So I think I have all the Micro Machine Vader figures. I definitely have the Micro Machines Vader head, as you've seen, and I got the first one in my collection when Slav found it at a local toy show. And then I also have the Darth Vader lightsaber hilt loose. Yes, I had the same issue. I used the digital comics for posting. This is what I'm saying, dude. So I don't know whose door I got to knock on, but it's been 2 weeks, and I keep waiting, and I'll wait a week, and then I'll jog customer service again and saying, hey, like, what's going on? We're not talking about shipping me physical product. I've proven and that I have the physical comics. I've given you everything you've been asking for, and now I got to wait for digital redemption codes. Like, I can't imagine. And thank you for underscoring this experience by having it mirror your own. Unfortunately, I can't imagine other fans of that digital redemption code not being just as upset. Marvel should have responded in a different capacity other than bringing them back, which I'm grateful for, and I think doing a better job at explaining. They didn't do a very good job explaining it in the first place because the wording was just so ambiguous. Like, hey, get a free comic if you redeem the code, which initially I kind of passed by. I'm like, I'm not interested in that comic, really. I don't care if it's digital. I don't care if it's free. I'm not interested. But then when I realized that the redemption code within the comic wouldn't decrease the value that much of the comic book. Not that modern comics are worth all that much, unless you're talking about like chases and variant covers. But the that it was actual, or it was actually a redemption code for the actual comic you're holding on to, then I was like, whoa, unbelievable, this is great. It provided that much more value to me. So yeah, I think Marvel needs to really consider how they're doing this, and certainly increase the turnaround time beyond like 2 weeks, which to me is just absolutely insane. I hope you and the family are well. Thank you for asking, and yes, they are. Yes, we are, for sure. Ow. Hope you're well. Hope to see you back in London soon. We will see. You never know when an opportunity will arise. Okay, I think I'm going to go lay on like an ice pack or like a heating pack, or like, swap between them. Maybe, just maybe, I'll crack open a beer and do that. And then when I'm not drinking it, I'll just like, no, that'll warm up the beer. That'll be no good. I'm going to let everybody be. Thank you for hanging. Appreciate it. Thank you for asking the questions. Sorry I couldn't answer some of them, but the answers are available elsewhere, so it's not like I'm cutting you off entirely. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.